Okay, so as you guys know, my name is Selena Padilla. I am a junior here, and today I present you with a topic that I like to think of as unique, something that we don't really all think of in our everyday lives, but it is something that we do, if not daily, then weekly. My topic is the inequality of retail experiences between the north and south side. So particularly in Tucson, and I know it's a big title, but I promise once we get through this, you'll be able to understand my purpose. Oh, by me. Okay, so just some things to think about and to picture in your mind. When I say South Tucson, we generally refer to this region. So up there, if you can see, it's the shaded region. And South Tucson is located at the junction of Interstate 19 and Interstate 10, about 1 mile south of downtown Tucson. Now, when we say North Tucson, we're generally referring to basically anything north of River Road. So now that you kind of have those two regions mapped out in your head, you'll be able to understand my topic a little bit more. So before I get to it, here we have two bar graphs. One is the one on the, well, my left at least, the south side of Tucson. And as you can see, 83% of the population consists of Hispanics. Now on the right side, we see, I couldn't find a bar graph that represented the entire north side of Tucson, so I just found a part of it, which is Oro Valley. And that consists of the population being 72% white only. And for 72% white only, the bar shows that Hispanic population is somewhere in the low 20 percentile. So the retail, or the company that I wanted to focus on is Walmart, because we all shop there. And so, just a show of hands, how many of you have shopped at a Walmart on the south side of Tucson? Maybe one in Midvale? Yes? Okay, all of you, yeah? Maybe all of you? All right, how about a Walmart on the north side of Tucson? Anywhere in the north side of Tucson? Okay, great. Now, when I presented this topic to my class, the first thing I asked them was, great, you've all shopped at both different locations. Can you tell me the differences? Describe to me the Walmart on the south side of Tucson. First thing someone said was, it's dirty. It's unorganized. I remember Ms. Husband saying there's a weird odor that you can't really get rid of. So you kind of get the point. Then I asked, what about the north side of Tucson? What is it like? Basically, the comments were everything opposite of what was said about the Walmart on the south side of Tucson. So it was clean, it was organized, south side of Tucson, one thing that I kind of noticed is that the AC isn't always on all the way. It can get kind of warm in there, especially because of all the people that shop there. The lights, they're not always bright as they should be, kind of dim. North side, AC's blasting. There's always a time where I'm like, man, it's like freezing in here. The lights are on really bright. So I think you can kind of, based on the two differences, see that there is a really big difference. And my big question was, why? We have the same stores just located on different sides of Tucson, but why are they so different? So I wanted to see if I was the only one that kind of noticed these differences. And so the first thing I did was I looked on Google reviews, and I looked up a review from a website that showed reviews on the Walmart in Midvale. This one kind of stood out to me. It kind of hit me really hard, and I'll explain to you why. Just let me scoot up so I can read it. Maybe, okay, maybe not. If I know how to take this off. There we go. Okay. So the review reads as, this store is not a Walmart, it's a flea market with the Walmart logo. You have people trying to sell you tamales in front of you. If you're a wetback in need of a saddle for your mule, this place is for you. If you're a beaner in need of some pinto beans for your familia, this place is for you. If you're white and have true American pride, hightail it out of there and go to a real Walmart. I know. And then I looked on, there's a lot of reviews like that, trust me. Maybe the ones all under it were very similar to that. Then I looked on reviews for Walmart in the north side of Tucson, and it reads as, Walmart does it again. With another add-on to the Tucson development, Walmart has made one wonderful store. The moment you walk in, you are not greeted by the staff, but by the industrial-sized AC that keeps the whole store at a very nice temperature. Yada, yada, yada. The staff has been 100% amazing to all that I have needed and people around me. So, I kind of proved my point. I'm not really the only one that notices these differences. And now there's another review that stuck out to me for the south side of Tucson and Walmart. And this one kind of brought me to my next point. This woman said, sad, 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 how any place can be that rude and have employees that do not know English. My mother is Mexican, but was not brought up speaking it because we are north of the border. Sorry, don't get an attitude with me because I don't know how to speak it. If you are to work here as customer service, learn the language and don't get an attitude because I only speak English. Take a class, jerk. This place needs a lot of help from the employees to the management. So, this one kind of stuck out to me because, you know, it's really harsh. I mean, from my perspective, you know, I feel like the employees at the Walmart on the south side should be given a little bit of slack, especially going back to that the statistic that south side of Tucson consists of 83% Hispanic. You know, going to Walmart as an employee working there, you kind of have to adapt to that environment. So if it were me, I would say, okay, population is 83% Hispanic. I need to step up my game in Spanish because I know a lot of these people aren't really going to know English. They're going to ask me questions in Spanish. I need to know it. How many of you have seen the movie Selena, the very famous singer? Yeah, okay. There's a part in there that kind of reminded me of this. If you haven't seen it, then Selena, she's starting to become a very well-known singer, and her and her family are debating whether they should go to Mexico. And her dad's telling her, you know, Selena, it's not a very good idea because your Spanish, it's not that good. And if you go over there to Mexico, they're going to eat you up. The media's going to eat you up as soon as they hear your accent. And so then he says, it is very hard being Mexican-American. When you're in America, you got to be more American than the Americans. When you're in Mexico, you got to be more Mexican than the Mexicans. And I think that's how the employees have it there at that Walmart on the south side of Tucson, you know? They see, like for example, me and my mom, when we go to Walmart, we're paying for our items, automatically the cashiers will start talking to my mom in Spanish, not even knowing if my mom knows the language or not. So it's kind of hard for them because looking at someone, you can't really tell, oh, just because they look Mexican, they speak Spanish. So it's really, I feel like we should be able to give them some slack because, again, it's very hard for them to adapt to their environment, especially knowing because if 83% is Hispanic, then who should they be speaking English to? Who should they be speaking Spanish to? And I know a lot of people say, well, we're in America, they should be speaking just English. But then again, it's not fair because 83% Hispanic, not all of them know English, so they're not going to be satisfied as a customer. They feel that going to that Walmart, there should be people there to speak the language, again, because of that statistic. So then it went back to my question. So if the Walmart on the south side of Tucson is providing worse quality and experience than the one on the north side, is it because the Walmarts located in low-income areas are trying to save money? And that is me assuming that could be really reasonable because, you know, here it's very low income. It makes sense that the managers wouldn't put the AC on all the way, or they would keep the lights a little bit dim because they're trying to save money, again, because we're in a low income area. But then, I went on, actually my dad found this website, so thanks, Dad. So this statistic here isn't written by anyone that has shopped at Walmart. It's not written by any other company. It's written by Walmart themselves. So my answer to the previous question is no. So here's an example. Walmart says that upper and lower income Walmart BTS, meaning back to school shoppers, baskets were very comparable. Transaction size differed by only $5. And the top 3 basket categories were similar, with the low-income groups purchasing of apparel helped to drive higher overall BTS spending. So basically this means lower income and upper income areas and that Walmarts are located in, they're making the same amount of money. If not, like in this quote that says, the one on the south side, the one in the low income is making more money. And it makes sense. You go back to school shopping for school, and I know for me, like, well, Mexican families are known for having big families, so it would make sense that they would be making more money because bigger family, more kids to pay for school, right? So then it kind of blew my last question away. So then it can't be because this Walmart on the south side of Tucson is trying to save money, because both Walmarts are making the same amount of money in profit. So then, what is the answer? So then I looked on another website, and this could be another solution to my big question. This person said, the fact that so many of these neighborhoods and residents are located in suburbs only adds to the challenge and the need for urgency, because many of these communities are ill-equipped and unprepared to deal with the needs of a growing, increasingly concentrated low-income population. Basically, they're trying to say, well, you know, a lot of management in low-income areas, they're not from there, so they're unprepared for such a, you know, a big community with low income. So, you know, maybe they're not experienced, they don't know what to do. It has a lot of factors into it. So it could be that, or, you know, maybe management is greedy nowadays. It could be anything. So, bad news is, there really is no answer unless I were to go more in depth and go ask the management and Walmart on South Side of Tucson, ask them themselves, you know, why are you doing this? Fortunately, I didn't have the chance to do that, so now I'm going to let you know some solutions that could help this issue, even though we don't know entirely the answer of why these two Walmarts, just on different locations, why one is giving better quality and experience than the other. So just a quick statistic, increasing numbers and percentage of Hispanic students attending college between 2000 and 2012. Hispanic rose from 9.9 to 15%. So this means that as of today, the number of Hispanics attending college is increasing. Now, what we can say from this is that my solution would be, you know, if there is a Walmart or any place in retail that is located on the south side of Tucson, we need people who know what it's like to work there. We need people who are familiar with the population, who are familiar with the statistics, because, you know, we've been there. We know what's best. We know what we think our people deserve. We know what type of quality and experience they deserve. We've seen the differences, and I know, based on myself, I'm trying to stop that. So here's the bar graph of CEOs by the year from 2004 through 2014. And as of the year 2008, the number of Hispanic CEOs has been dropping. I don't know if you guys can see, I know the colors are kind of hard to tell, but the green one represents Latinos. It's green with some squares, I think that is, if you can tell up there. So a lot of factors can go into why that number has been dropping. You know, it could be because, from what I know, after 2008 there was a recession, a lot of people got laid off. Many students could have dropped out because they couldn't afford to attend, or they couldn't afford to pay for their schooling anymore. So since that number is decreasing, we need to increase it. And I know for myself, one of the big ideas that I was trying to get through this with my classmates is I encourage you to go into retail management, because these issues with the difference in retail just because they're on different locations is getting kind of out of hand. You know, it's not that Walmart is losing customers because of this. but because a lot of people have to shop there because it's where they live by. But it's just that, you know, they're getting reviews like the ones that we just saw. And I know a lot of the reviews are just really biased, because I know me, if I go to a Walmart and there's a lot of issues like it's dirty or people, you know, the customer service is not that great, but then I ask for help from someone working in customer service and they speak to me in a language that I don't know, I would be more offended by the fact that I'm being spoken in a language that I don't know, rather than the fact that, you know, the store had other issues. So a lot of these reviews are very, because again, more people were offended by the fact that they were focusing more on the cultural issues in the store rather than the store issues itself. So therefore, my conclusion is that, again, I encourage, if not myself, then students my age or students a little bit younger than me to start looking into going into business or retail management, because, you know, we've been here. We know what it's like living here. It's hard. And even though it's low income, you know, we're still making the same amount of money that other retail and different locations are making. So why are we getting less quality and experience than the other one is? And I feel that it's somewhat unfair. So if we are encouraged to go into business and retail management, and, you know, we become managers or even CEOs of businesses here on the south side of Tucson, then we'll be able to give equal quality and experience without one having more than the other, just because of the location that that retail store is placed in. Thank you.